Hello everyone, Mike Manjos here. Welcome to this week's Market Wrap. So I'm back in Philly. We are locked down though, so it's just the apartment to the office, real skeleton crew. My Giants had a bye week, so we're officially tied for second and also tied for last at the same time. The NFC East is a little ugly, but we got the Bengals coming up, so we got our fingers crossed. So we got 3 watches we love this week, and it was a really good week. It's been busy, it's the holiday season. The first piece that came across my desk was a Zenith. Now, most people think of Zenith as the El Primero. This is their new Defy collection, and it's their titanium skeleton. I love skeleton movement. It's beautiful, it's thin, it's titanium, so it's lightweight, very cool piece, not something we see a lot of, so I love having that in the collection. The second piece is an all-time favorite, and it's the Lange Söhne. It's the Datograph. This one is the up-down, but the rose gold version with the black dial. Rose gold, black, and Lange is one of my favorite color combinations. You flip it over, it's the best movement that I think anybody makes. Love having that. I'm sure that one's not going to last very long. And the last piece we got in is an Audemars, but it's the new version Royal Oak, the 15500. So it's the new 41 millimeter blue dial, in-house movement. Just a classic, beautiful watch. Everybody knows what's been going on with Royal Oaks. So again, we won't have that for very long. So I can't believe November is almost gone. This will be our last market wrap for November, and the season's officially in full swing. My wife is getting so bored at home. She already decorated the house. The tree is up. It's way too early, but it makes her happy, so we let it go. The watch market is running as fast as I can remember it going. Prices over the summer strengthened. We saw a lot of the Rolex spikes. We saw Pateks come back. And what we're seeing now is the prices are remaining at these levels, but the trading's just getting faster. It seems like the really good pieces are coming in and going out faster than I can ever remember. Sport Rolexes, specifically the Submariners, both new and old version, are flying. GMTs, Pepsis, Batmen, Batgirls, they're all showing great strength and really a very high velocity. I'm surprised, honestly, to see how quickly these things are going. Prices seem to be remaining stable. I don't think, even as Rolex is continuing to produce the new versions and in decent quantity, we're seeing the secondary market really hold up. I think we're going to see Rolex finish 2020 ahead of 2019. Now, if you told me this 6 months ago, I would not have believed it because obviously they were shut down for almost 3 months in production, but they've really caught up. They've been producing watches and the market just continues to absorb them. I don't see any sign of that waning in the near future. So as I'm looking at our inventory and our business over the year, our business has creeped up. Both the inventory levels are going up, trading's going very quickly. But what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing, is a divergence in certain markets. So the internet has caused a phenomenon where certain watches in each market and in each brand have really taken off. So we see Nautiluses trading at crazy levels. Where we're at the point today where a Patek Philippe 5711 Nautilus trades around $70,000, multiples of retail. At the same time, a 5070 Patek, one of the coolest chronographs that I think they ever made, trades actually a couple dollars less. We're seeing the same thing in FP Journe. Chronomètre Bleus trade crazy multiples of retails. But you can get a CS Black Label, you can get a rare mother of pearl dial for the same price, if not even a little less. You can get a Lange Datograph Perpetual for 10 or 15 more than just a regular Dato up-down. So what we're seeing is because there's such demand on specific models, which has driven the price up, I think people have kind of missed the boat on a couple of these secondary models from the best manufacturers. So if someone's looking for a value this year, I would say look at the best manufacturers, Patek, AP, Lange, Rolex. But look at the pieces that may not be the one you see on social media every day, because those prices have not taken off the same way. And I think right now, even in this frothy market, there are some great bargains to be had. So this weekend we'll be following Phillips. They have a Hong Kong sale on Sunday. We're going to be very interested to watch the CB and also the early Roger Dubuis. There's a couple of very cool early pieces. We've seen that market jump up. Curious to see if it's going to hold up and continue. The way the last couple Phillips auctions have gone, it should be an exciting weekend. So this is Thanksgiving week. I just wanted to kind of say to everybody, I hope, it's been a rough 2020. Thanksgiving's not going to be what it normally is, certainly not at my house. I'm sure not in your house. But we've had great opportunity this year to spend more time with my immediate family, with my WatchBox family. I hope everybody is safe for Thanksgiving. I hope everybody gets time to spend with their immediate family, and hopefully we'll be into 2021 before you know it. So the last thing we're going to cover is what we're buying. The first thing I'm going to talk about is back to the Zeniths that we started with, but also the El Primeros. We see a few of them coming in. They're mostly well known as being the movements for the Rolexes, but Zenith makes their own line of El Primeros that I think are a great bargain today. So we're always looking to acquire those. The second piece we're looking for is Patek annual calendars, and specifically the 5396. For those of you who don't know the reference that well, it's the round with the very cool apertures. It's one of my favorite Pateks. Their annual calendars have crept up over the last few years, but I think still represent a great value in the Patek line and one of the best complications they make. And the last thing we're looking for is the early Roger Dubuis. We're going to follow that one at auction, but any of them that from the early days, I think they're super underappreciated. I think those are always going to go up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Market Wrap. Look forward to seeing you next week in December.